Okay, welcome everyone to my channel. This is obviously, as you can see, the very first video we are making here. I found this really cool stock I wanted to talk about, AMC, and I don't think anybody has mentioned it. So we're going to start off with, I hope everybody had a great weekend. Here it is Monday. I don't know about you, but I am ready to get rolling. Now is not the time for 3-day weekends. We are in great shape, if you ask me. We're going to start with the basics, the stuff you've seen a million times, but if you're anything like me, you're just running around looking for every video you possibly can. 500,000 short shares available for them. That's it is what it is, that's enough for them to do something, I think, in the pre-market, but we know how that's going to go in the end. We've got for Stonko Tractor here. There's one thing that I want to talk about here. A couple things. First of all, as you know, we had almost 200,000 calls expiring in the money last Friday. We've already got 108,000 that are in the money right now, and this week hasn't even begun yet. There's going to be a ton being added to that, I would expect, probably very, very quickly in the week. And all these ones out of the money, I think it's a very good chance that we could see them running in the money. And that's just going to cause more and more and more buying pressure, right? Here, I want to look at this because, like I mentioned earlier, I think you could see a little bit of a dump at 4 a.m. tomorrow. We've seen it before. I'll show you here in a minute. But the trigger price for the SSR, I think, is important here, 23.51. Because if we look at the charts, if I can find what I'm doing, 23.51 is also a level of support that we've got. Not big. It doesn't, you can't really tell on the 1 hour, but we have a little bit of support here at the 23. Sorry, wrong line. Right here. Yeah, there. See? So I think if we got our $25 support that we've been riding pretty good here for the majority of the day Friday and the end of the day Thursday. I don't think that we're going to go much below what we've already gotten to. But our next serious level of support is this candle here, a high of 23.47. So 4 cents below what we would have to hit in order for that SSR to trigger. And the reason why I think that could be important is because I'm pretty sure the last time that there were 500,000 shares available for them to short was, I think, here. Uh, there was a dip. They used those shares to create a dip that got eaten up very quickly, and I think we might have seen that. I think it might have been here, but this is another thing I want to talk about. So if we go to the 2-hour chart, here we have, I don't know if you guys remember this, but this was a 4 a.m. right on the nose. It was about a 10% dip almost from where we were from 1979 clear down. It was probably more than 10% in that candle. So we saw that, followed by a green 2-hour candle, followed by a smaller red candle, followed by a blast off, right? So I think we're in a similar situation on our where we're at right now. So it's just a grander scheme. It's a longer. This was about an 8-hour ordeal here that continued on for another few hours. But we've got the same kind of deal. If we were to go to the 4-hour chart here, it's the same setup, the same exact setup. We've got the big giant red candle, a lot of selling pressure because, the manipulation, the fact that we jumped up 30% in the pre-market, I think was a bad idea, or an indication that this was going to happen. We don't run like that in the pre-market. It just doesn't happen. So we got that big giant candle. Swing traders, day traders, everybody bailing. You know, positions being, options being unhedged for as they ran out of the money, just created that even worse, made it even worse than what it was already going to be. But we found our support. We bounced off it. Nice green candle, and again with the big selling pressure. Which, if it was not a Friday, beginning of a long weekend, I don't think we'd see these big wicks. And then the smaller red candle. And I anticipate when we open the market opens tomorrow, we can see a couple things. We can see either, like I said, we've got this support here that that's held up really well. This $25. However, we did dip below that to 24.50 momentarily. That got gobbled up pretty quickly. But it would not surprise me to see them dump use those 500,000 shares to create another dump at 4 a.m. If we go back to this, what I was talking about earlier, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. They had the ammunition set aside to make this happen. Look how little that thing looks in comparison. Okay, so look how big it is, though. So we opened the day, right? 4 a.m. And immediately they just started dumping. Immediately, right? And then we got to that bottom there, that level of support, and bounced up. 5 a.m. More traders start logging in, right? It levels out. They didn't quite have what it took. 6 a.m. rolls around, more traders start coming in. And I was telling people on my stock twits, just calm down, This is we know what this is. And wait until 7 o'clock. The only reason they're able to pull this off is because there weren't enough people online, right? So 7 o'clock rolls around, 7 on the nose, an explosion, right? We ran from 18, we'll call it 1843, up to 1917 in about 20 minutes, if that. So that was huge. And that was, higher lows the whole way through the pre-market, and we blasted off. That was a huge day. So with all the stuff going on next week, with the share count coming up, with the long weekend being over, with people having held their money, the swing traders and the day traders, if you bought this thing with if you bought this in the pre-market, you bought it here, you're like, oh, heck yeah. You bought it here, you're up, you're up. You're swinging this, you're out. You're taking your profits, you're out. Taking your profits, you're out. And then they just, so, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. If they want to use this as a chance to bottom us back out, then by all means, I'm ready for a bottom at $25. Who would have thought that 2 weeks ago? I'm good. I'm good. So here's, our W and leveled out. Yeah, it bled a little bit, but that's because there's no attention. There's nothing, no excitement. At the end of the day, Friday, after what we just witnessed, nobody was ready to jump right in. Tuesday morning, 3 days off, people are going to be amped up. People are going to be ready to go. People are going to be waiting to spend their money, and it's going to go right into this stock. Like I said, they may dump. They may dump. Here's our support, but we got another support down here. I think we could see them dump it, and we could at least test this 24.50. It would not surprise me, but I do not see any sort. I mean, look at the RSI. We're already at 30 on the RSI. They don't have more room to dump. I mean, that time we were looking at earlier, they dumped the RSI reached like 6 or something stupid, and from there it just blasted off. So as far as the charts go, as far as the support, I think we're at a solid support. I think we could see a false break below. Look what happened here. I don't. There's going to be too much. The options are going to start picking up. The price goes up. No, they're going to start hedging for all those options coming up next week that they're unaccounted for right now. And another thing, as I'm sure you've seen this, if you're anything like me, like I said, you've been all over YouTube looking around, looking at this, looking at that, trying to find all the stuff you can. Trey came out, he talked about it, so everybody probably knows, but in case you don't, here we go. German market today, AMC was up 12% today in the German market. Now, that is a good thing to see, if you ask me. I think, everything that's going on with AMC over there is just a little less. I mean, It's the same chart. It's just a little less of a scale, a big, smaller scale, I think. But this isn't the this is a good indication, I think, of what's to come for us next week. I mean, how can you not be excited? People that made their money on their options last week, they sold them. Why would they buy more? They wait. They're wait. Everybody's waiting to take all that money that they just made in the options if they decide to sell their options and put it right back in the stock. I've been doing it. I think everybody that is able to and knows how to has been doing that. It's a my AMC position went from 20% options and 20% options and 80% stock to 40% stock and 80% or 60% options. It did a total flip flop, and I didn't touch it. Just that's how much these options have been going up, and it's just giving people more ammo. I just don't understand. Good for them, whatever. So I'm excited for tomorrow. You're excited. I know you're excited. Everybody's excited. I figured there's a billion people talking about AMC already. I know that. But you know what? As many perspectives as you can get, people can't get enough of it. So, I've been wanting to do a channel for a while now, but I'm not one to jump on the bandwagon and ride the trends. So, I don't want to do it. Everybody's all up there doing the AMC thing, and it's stupid not to do it now. So here I am. I'm going to be covering the AMC stuff, obviously, but as this unfolds and once this wraps up, I've got a whole list of other things and other stocks and other just stuff in general to talk about that's going to be exciting. So I think. Sorry. But anyway, sorry. This is I'm okay. So I am new to this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing half the time, but I'll get it figured out. And from here on out, we will be more smooth going and more organized. But I wanted to get this out before I can't even make this thing go. I wanted to get this out before the week started today, while everybody's sitting around having a good time, doing what they're doing, and relaxing. So I hope y'all had a good weekend. I hope everybody had a good time, and I am ready for this. It's going to be fantastic. And we'll see you guys next time, and good luck.